Hello and welcome to our presentation. Our presentation is on organised behaviour based on a case study that we were given. My name is Ross and
I'm Gresa.
I'm Alexander.
I'm Emmanuel.
in this case study was a woman named Anne Parker. Anne Parker had just been raised to a mid-managerial role where she received more responsibilities and more power. Throughout the case study we witnessed how Anne Parker contends with her new roles as well as contending with her employees. And later on in the case study, we see how what happens when the boss is gone and the mid-managerial people, such as Anne Parker, have to take over, and see how she then contends with the rest of the group. Throughout studying the case study, we as a group found 3 OB issues: motivation, leadership, and personality. We found that these 3 issues are what changes how a company runs, how, for this case study specifically, how it ended up.
Well, the first issue is motivation, and the first theory related is expectation theory. This theory was created in Yale University in 1964 by Victor Rooney. Well, this expectation is the main point of this is the expectation of a reward after doing our work properly. The expectation of an outcome from specific actions as well. In the case, Jill Pollard, the boss of the company, expects that Anna, the manager, helps Rooney Tristan to work properly, and also that Anna improves her authority skills. And Anna, on the other hand, she expects that Rooney improves his behavior at his job. Next slide, please. The goal-setting theory was created in 1960s by Edwin Locke, and the main idea of this theory is that if you don't have a goal in your job, you have lack of energy, and if you have lack of energy, then you're not going to do your work properly. So, in the case, it's obvious that Rooney Tristan has no motivation, no goals, so that's why his behavior and his way of working is so bad.
The second key OB issues that we're going to be looking at is leadership. In this case study, it shows us how leadership came into place after 2 months when Anne decided to speak to Ms. Jill regarding trouble she encountered with Rooney. She stated how Rooney does not, accept jobs that she assigns to him, and how he tries to pass his work onto the youth training scheme, and also how he embarrasses other members of staff when they serve the customers. We can see that Anne has a leadership issues when she needed an advice from Miss Jill, and she asked Miss Jill how the best way to tackle the problem. Miss Jill decided that Anne can benefit from a course about management. And the theory that we need to leadership is called the path goal theory, which was by Robert House. And the theory basically describes how leaders can motivate their followers to achieve organizational goals. And in this case study, the theory can help Anne with a situation with Rooney. She needs to be able to use a style that best meets Rooney's motivational needs. She decided to make Rooney believe that he can obtain his work goals and perform at a high level. And also, Anne can also, use a form of reward for Rooney for performing at a high level or achieving goals by giving him a desired outcome. If Anne could apply this theory to a situation with Rooney, I believe that there won't be any more problems with Rooney.
The third organisational behaviour key issue is personality. The theory I found for this is Adam's equity theory. Adam's equity theory basically focuses on how people feel fairly based on the way they have been treated in comparison with the treatment others received from the employer. There's a quote that I found that says, "People will be better motivated if they are treated equitably." So equity actually just means the quality of being fair and like the equity of treatment. People expect certain outcomes in exchange for certain inputs. So what that means is what each individual brings in employment in terms of their experience, skills and effort. And the outputs meaning their contributions and whether they're getting any financial rewards or non-financial rewards. In relation to the case study of Anne and Ronnie Tristan, the issue is portrayed when they are just having a discussion about the work, and Anne says to Ronnie, Ronnie actually murmurs saying the job is being boring and the people here are uncooperative, as well as giving a lot more attitude to Anne, so there's a bit of conflict going on between them. There are other similarities in this issue, which is Maslow's hierarchy of needs and Herzberg's two-factor theory, which all relates to personality and behaviour in general.
Within my conclusion, I'm going to talk about each OB issue individually, and it starts off as motivation. Within business, Ronnie doesn't really accept and just authority whatsoever. So what Anne needs to do is make him recognise her authority. I believe at the moment she's doing do this and do that, and what she really should be doing is do this to get to that, rather than, so show him what he can achieve with a bit of effort, rather than just dumping workload on him every single time there's more work. Now secondly, there's leadership. I believe in the leadership in this company there's a massive divide in communication. This is why I believe the leadership needs of the company, such as Anne herself and her above, the higher ups of the business, need to get more engaged with the workers of the business. So have more meetings and have a better understanding of how their company works. Now finally, personality. What needs to be done within personality is there needs to be rewards, but there needs to be rewards for reasons, not just giving them out willy-nilly. They need to be shown what they can get. A lot like the carrot on the string aspect, carrot and the stick aspect. Show them the carrot and make sure they work for it. But as I said before, carrot and stick, yes, show them the prize, but also remember to be firm with them at all times. Because otherwise, especially Ronnie, he will go off in a tangent and not work to his full efficiency. Now finally, I want to talk about the business as a whole. Business as a whole needs to increase its communication, as I believe that, as I said before, there's too big of a gap in communication in the business, and I believe that communication gap is shrunk, that the company will be able to work at a much efficient rate, at a much better rate. And finally, thank you for listening. And that's the last footnote. These are references that we found.